Hi Virgos! Welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to the half moon in Aries on July 17th. This is a wonderful half moon. It is basically nurturing the seeds of intent and intentions that you planted with that lucky Cancer new moon on June 25th, the luckiest new moon of the year, of all of 2025. Before we get started though, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all the ways that you love, that you support, that you lift this channel up, because truly each one of you make a difference, and I love you back. So, like I was saying, this half moon, it's in Aries. This is a day that is brimming with courageous, pioneering energy. And as far as half moons go, or first quarter moons, whichever you would like to refer to them as, this is all about, thank you, all about balance, transition, and decisive action. It's the thank you. It's the equilibrium between light and darkness, and it aligns us to evaluation, wise decision making, and taking steps towards our goals by ambassadoring the gentleness, the nurturing care of the divine, thank you, wow, of the divine feminine energy. Wow, the cards are talking. And as part of the waxing cycle, it signifies growth, building, forward movement, and it's in Aries. It's a time, like I say, to nurture the seeds of intention that you planted during the luckiest new moon of the year, the Cancer new moon on June 25th that just occurred last month. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. But the universe basically was giving us the green light. Basically, the moon, the sun, and Jupiter were all in Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. That's where it wants to be. And this new moon that happened was supercharged after the summer solstice, after Jupiter Cazimi. Check out those videos if you haven't seen them yet. And they were all standing in our 11th house of hopes, wishes, long-term goals, collective goals, social networks, support systems, humanitarian efforts. And like I say, this half moon is in Aries. This is our first sign of the zodiac, our sign of action, strong drive, independence, initiative, sovereignty, big one. And if that all resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Let me know what you manifested, what you planted during that time, because this is the time to take decisive action. It's where if you've got a dream, and you weren't necessarily sure how to get there, right? This is where the epiphanies happen. This half moon brings epiphanies, rather, for that matter, in the science of spirituality and manifestation. We'll get into it because Mercury plays a role, Uranus plays a role. It's all connected. We're all connected. And so right away here, this is where with the Seven of Swords, if you've been struggling with how I would put it is basically which way to go. Moving away from social norms, trying to find that equilibrium between your manifestations, your dreams, and how to get there, right? Dealing with also too aspects of the past or that South Node with it being in Virgo, let's just be honest, of overthinking, over-analytical aspects. Stagnancy is caused by that analysis paralysis. Also too, traumas from the past and how deceptions, ulterior motives, betrayals, schemings, feeling isolated, outcast. People that basically were trying to get one over on you rather than work with you. They weren't aligned to your dream, right? And also too, recognizing that those emotional aspects were hurdles that had kept you away from taking action with the seeds that you planted, right? Like the seeds are planted as of the new moon. They're now starting to sprout. This is where this half moon, especially with it being in Aries, Aries is all about courageous action, right? It's pioneering energy, first causes energy, and it allows us that solar plexus confidence of knowing who we are, why we're here, what we're meant to do. Who's coming with us is also being helped at this time too, especially with Saturn going retrograde. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. But this is where the moon is helping us with outside the box innovation, outside the box aspects when it comes to our manifestations, to our epiphanies, our downloads, because Mercury is here too helping us. And this is with the spiritual number of 7. Personal challenges, are now being brought through breakthroughs, through epiphanies, to a place that leads you towards your exaltation in spirituality. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is all about manifesting. With your heart as light as a feather, with that air energy, with seeing the shadows, seeing the way through the shadows as to how to get to your dreams, the seeds that you planted. And it brings that nurturing energy, the gentleness of that divine feminine energy along with it. This is where you're walking into partnerships that are truly aligned and that want to help lift you up towards your dreams, towards the manifestations of your dream life, your dream career, your dream soul path. And it's bringing balance, symmetry, harmony, integration in those steps on how to get there from point A to point B. Like I say, check out the new moon reading, because it was absolutely monumental. The moon, the sun, and Jupiter, all in our 11th house, all in Cancer. With it now moving into a half moon in Aries, this is all about strong drive, sovereignty, independence, initiative, and most importantly, taking action with the heart leading the way. This is walking forward towards your dreams with passion. This is also, too, walking forward towards good relationships, good connections that are truly aligned with you, making good partnerships that are lasting the test of time. Also, too, when it looks at with Saturn retrograde, of really seeing through the hidden shadows of who's aligned with you, who's coming with you, don't be surprised, especially with Venus and Gemini right now, that there's a little bit of love, a little bit of romance in the air, but it's all about relationships. And if you've been torn between two choices as well, this is bringing balance to your decisive action on where to go and making wise decisions. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe, because this is the time where you very well may feel during this half moon. Take advantage of this energy if you can, because it gives us all sorts of energy when it comes to being courageous, passionate, enthusiastic, eager to embrace new experiences that we once were afraid to take the leap toward, as well as tackling challenges when it comes to getting from point A to point B, and tackling those challenges head on. This energy too can manifest. I just want to forewarn you. To being quick to act on impulses as well as emotions. So it's important to also remain grounded, utilize that, why am I trying to stumble here? Mars in Leo energy, don't ask. Mars in Virgo energy, because it's very grounding as well. So this is the time really to be mindful so that you don't confuse this energy, this passion, with haste, right? It's all about taking assertive action, not about reacting. And remember, Aries is also ruled by Mars. This is our go-getter planet, and it's grounded in Virgo right now in our first house. So with whatever hasn't served you in the past, especially with Mars's energy. So Mars in our first house in Virgo is basically taking action, going after, supporting the self, your relationships, and what you stand for, fighting for what you stand for as well. The things that most matter to you, that make you tick, and also the relationships that truly are meant to stand the test of time, that you're meant to walk through in this life, through lifetimes, with and as your soul tribe. So whatever hasn't served you, whatever was built on a rocky foundation, this is where it's crumbling down. You're seeing the epiphanies of what needs to happen to get from point A to point B with this half moon, and you're charging towards it with ambition. You're tearing down whatever doesn't serve you. You're also embracing that sudden change, not out of haste, not out of impulse or reaction based on volatile emotions, but instead it's responding. And it's responding in a way that's very much taking decisive action towards those steps, towards those goals that embody what you planted with this new moon here in Cancer on June 25th. Also, too, like I say, and we'll touch on it here in a little bit, but there's a perfect combination on this day that basically it sets you up to experience epiphanies in the science of spirituality and manifestation. And that's what this is all about. Sudden epiphanies, spiritual growth. The 16 reduces to a 7. That's our spiritual number. It's also the chariot of the tarot, right? You're in charge. You're taking the lead. You're taking action in that Aries energy. This is also releasing any type of pent-up emotions that have blocked your manifestations, that have blocked your desires. And instead, you're waking up to what truly makes you tick when it comes to your inner desires. And your soul is leading the way with that third eye. We'll get into it, I promise. But this is all about that Mars energy supporting you, keeping your feet on the ground as you reach for the stars, as you reach for your highest timeline. And remember as well that this is the time that basically our half moon is also trine with Mercury in Leo in our 12th house of spirituality. This creates harmony, effortless flow with this. This is where our emotions, our subconscious, our intuition are all tapped in. It's creating breakthroughs, especially with Uranus now moving into Gemini in our 10th house. Remember too, Venus is in Gemini in our 10th house. This is our heart's desire, and Uranus is creating these shakeups, sudden changes that make us look at the past, look back at how far we've come, look back at what truly makes us tick with the Six of Cups here with simple pleasures, how the past has influenced our present, and with whatever types of South Node aspects, whatever type of egos, traumas, negativity, lower vibrations that have kept us from moving forward with taking decisive action, with knowing which way to go, it brings it all into balance with that gentle compassion, because truly the universe is coming in during this half moon to let you know, to build you up and lift you up and let you know that you're looked after at this time. It will catch you. The matrix, the divine matrix will catch you. You will not fall, and you'll also realize just how powerful you are. This is soul's temple, right? This is our true sovereignty when it comes to standing in the light, sun gazing as well. But it shines light on those shadows with that scorpionic energy. Scorpio is also all about transformation, right? Death to what no longer serves us, transforming, resilient, brighter, bigger, bolder from before, and transforms us very much like a butterfly with our rebirth. And also, too, this is about water. So Mercury's in Leo in our 12th house of spirituality. That speaks to the creative flow. And this half moon, if you've been feeling with these retrogrades where it's like, oh no, I'm drained, I don't know, I've got all this reflection going on, should I take leaps forward now? This is where it's getting you back into a harmonious creative flow when it comes to your emotions, your subconscious, your intuition, and breakthroughs in understanding your hidden motivations, your desires, your hidden talents, your psychic abilities, your untapped potential. This energy also fosters quite a bit of healing and communication between your conscious and your unconscious. So take advantage of this energy. Meditation, journaling, grounding, creative writing. There's a lot going on, and you'll be receiving a lot of downloads. So write your ideas down, because they're all coming into balance. They're all bringing symmetry in how you pave your financial path and how you build structure, wealth, to your dreams, to your manifestations in a very scientific way where science meets spirituality and manifestation. You realize just how powerful you are. Also, too, this brings harmony to opposites and focuses on reciprocity. Remember, we wouldn't appreciate the light without the dark. We wouldn't get to learn how to make things better without experiencing the dark. Those wounds are truly not only our lessons, our karmic cycles that we're meant and signed up to learn in the school of life, but they bring us on a path of wisdom to our true north, to our north node. And our north node is in our 7th house right now, by the way, as well. It's in Pisces. This is going towards your dreams, manifesting your dreams with a spiritual science behind you, leading the way, lifting you up and encouraging you and letting you know that you truly are supported. Like I say, this half moon It is all about nurturing the seeds of intention that you planted during that Cancer new moon in June. And with the Three of Cups, it's time to celebrate. Like I say, the seeds are sprouting, they're manifesting. Now is the time to nurture them, and also too, to call in the sincere allies. Recognize the strength that comes from unity, that we as a collective in our subconscious and our conscious, but our consciousness all together, is so incredibly powerful. And that's what we've been preconditioned to believe is not true in this life, right? We're conditioned, I should say, to believe that we are not the creators in our life, that there are other forces that lead us, that control us in society and culture, between the differences of how we view divine feminine versus divine masculine energies as well. This is where you are truly taking the reins and realizing just how powerful you are, how powerful your consciousness is, how powerful the human collective consciousness truly is, that we are the creators. This also too, again, it speaks to that Cancerian energy. It speaks to sharing, community, support, victory, celebrations. This is all about the 11th house, right? And it's time to celebrate. You are united with people in your 11th house, with those who want to lift you up to help you succeed through win-win solutions that help the collective as a whole and that drive you towards your soul's purpose, your soul's intent, and your soul's path. With the throat chakra, this also is the time to speak. People are listening to you. You are exalted into this leadership position during July, but particularly during this week. Check out the weekly read if you haven't seen it. But with that throat chakra, it's about knowing the commitments that you sign up for. It's about being heard and letting others, allowing others to also be heard in safe spaces where we lift each other up through support, not through tearing each other down. Now also too, this speaks quite a bit to that Mercurian energy here as well, especially with Cancer lifting it up. And remember, during Mercury in Leo in our 12th house, which, spoiler alert, stay tuned, Mercury is also going to be going retrograde during this week, and it's actually a good one. I promise. Stay tuned for the video. We'll get into it. But when Mercury is in Leo in our 12th house, this is about basically your divine connection, right? Your psychic abilities, your intuition, tapping into hidden talents that you didn't recognize as talents because they come so innately to you and inherently to you. These are things that you were given, gifts that you were given at the time of your birth. And it taps you into unlimited potential, unlimited possibilities when it comes to creating your dream life. And like I say, if that resonates by all means, I don't know, I can't talk, but put a heart in the comments below. Share your thoughts, what you're manifesting, how you're meditating, utilizing, capturing these downloads, creating breakthroughs and understanding how you are motivated, what your hidden talents are, your desires, because this half moon is totally connected and it brings us to the next level with leveling up with the seeds that you planted during that new moon. So during this time as well, like I say, this energy also fosters quite a bit of healing and communication between your consciousness and your unconsciousness. Downloads. Your ideas with Mercury and Leo as well are golden. They're meant to create revolutionary change that causes evolution. So check out that video if you haven't seen it as well, because I also did a Mercury and Leo one as well. But this is the time where it's all about taking action towards those goals. Opportunities are opening, and it's because you're standing in your strength. Remember, raising your vibration, especially with Uranus. Uranus is that high vibrational energy, and all Uranus wants to do is align you to you. Every bit of you, every bit of perfection, every bit of imperfection, everything that makes you you and uniquely you, just as you are, nothing more, nothing less. But this is where you're standing in that strength. You've got the inspiration and the downloads coming in. You're standing in your vitality. This is where it's like you know you're on your true soul's path because you have passion. You have vitality. There is energy about you that people can feel, and very scientifically, but also too, they see within you. And it's due to these new adventures. You're leaping towards them. You're taking action. And it leads towards that personal development when it comes to your career, when it comes to your true soul's path. Now is the time to take action. You're going to be feeling very active during this time, like I say, and it brings those revelations when it comes to sorting through any issues, particularly, or struggles with shared finances, legacies, deeply personal matters, and emotional intimacy. And the reasoning why, just to break this down further, is this half moon is also going to be in our 8th house. This is our house of transformation, like shared resources, debts, investments, intimacy, legal contracts and commitments, one-on-one connections, and most importantly, the connection between our conscious and our subconscious mind. It empowers us to confront and process hidden emotions, subconscious patterns that we're not realizing that have brought us into stagnancy or that hold us back. And it allows us to basically conquer these aspects, process these aspects, reveal these aspects with courage, confront them head on with directness, and bring breakthroughs, revelations on sorting through any issues that we've had that have held us back. Keep in mind too, Neptune is in retrograde, Saturn's in retrograde. They're both in Aries, and they are both also in our 8th house. So check that video out if you haven't seen it, or both of them, I should say. I did a separate video for both if you want to see the connection between the two. But Neptune is basically realigning us to our dream life. Oh, actually, let me go with the Witch's Tarot here. So Neptune is our planet of basically fostering empathy, fostering compassion when it comes to leadership. Also, too, it fosters collective consciousness when it comes to an awakening. This is why all of July, truly, is the Great Awakening. Neptune plays a huge part. Uranus plays a huge part. Saturn also plays a huge part. And with Saturn now being retrograde, check that out. I just put that out. Not out. I'm from the US. I am not Canadian, not to pick on anybody that's Canadian. But anyway, that came out weird. With a weird accent. Anyway, didn't mean to do that. But Saturn is bringing structure and wealth to where we want to go. Who's coming with us when it comes to walking towards our dream life? And it's conjunct with Neptune. And the moon is now conjunct with Neptune, with Saturn, and it's trine with Mercury. This is huge energy, and it's all supporting you when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to nurturing the seeds that you planted with that Cancer new moon. Like I say, July is big, and I will say stay tuned, because this next week, as we walk into Leo season, oh my goodness, this is like your new era is here. Expect things, if they're great right now, to get even better. No pressure, but just saying. If that resonates, put a heart in the comments below, because we're just getting started. And like I say, with Mercury and Leo in our 12th house, it's connecting us to the divine. Our intuition, our soul is speaking to us. And most importantly, our soul is leading the way with our intuition. This is where you're stepping into a place of power. You're stepping into the leadership that you were truly born and meant for. This is also taking authority, right? You're leading the charge with taking action, taking decisive action, and taking steps towards your goals while embodying that divine feminine energy. This is coming to the table with stability, with focus, and knowing that you are protected during this time. This is also a reminder too at the Four of Staffs to enjoy your success. Every step is success, right? Every step along the way in your journey towards your ascension, towards your highest timeline, is meant to be celebrated. Take the time to really enjoy the prosperity that you culminate, that you cultivate, and also too the harmony that you enjoy, like that you bring in, the tranquility that you experience when it comes to your passions, your partnerships, particularly too when it comes to family, romance, especially with Saturn coming in here as well. Because like I say, check out that video if you haven't seen it. But there are challenges that are presented with Saturn, but it's because Saturn is our planet and ruler of not only Capricorn, which offers the grounding, but provides us the grounding when it comes to partnerships that are truly aligned with us, meant for us. And so it allows us to really, truly look at who supports us and voice when we're not being supported, when we're not being honored, and stepping into a place of leadership with letting people know that healthy boundaries create healthy relationships, right? It allows us to remove that toxicity as well as heal any toxicities that have been stagnant, like those little gremlins, right, that pick at your soul, and also too that pick at your aura. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, share your thoughts in the comments below, because this is where, if you've been experiencing delays of news, it's all lining up for this time, for this moment. So, like I say, remember, Venus and Uranus are both in Gemini, in our 10th house. This is all coming together in a huge opportunity, in a huge way, where all that was hidden comes to light as the truth, the deep truth and understanding about who you are, what you're meant to do, how powerful you are, how powerful our human consciousness truly is, where you're meant to go, who's meant to go with you, how to best manifest this, how to best manifest the path between point A and point B of where you're meant to truly be. Just saying. But this is also where it's like when it comes to the epiphanies of how to best manifest this, you're utilizing all of this energy, all of this epiphany, all of this great awakening in a way where you're utilizing the language of your emotions, very scientifically speaking, feeling your intents real. So this is where it's like you're truly uncovering the magic of the divine matrix, right? The magic within you. This is about where everything that was needed, if there was a preparation or a pause, it was due to the fact that we needed to develop patience, education. We needed to prepare for these big moves, for taking the right action, the wise, decisive action in the right ways, with knowing and standing consciously and unconsciously, both aligned in our true power. This was the time that was needed so that you made responsive steps and action rather than reactive responses and actions. And like I say, during this time, so I just want to do a shout out. So basically this is a perfect combination to experience the epiphanies. And I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. To experience the epiphanies of the science, in the science of spirituality and manifestation. And once you discover what you can do with just one mind, it opens the door and the world to understanding what we all can do at a collective level together when it comes to global consciousness. I'm just saying, you're going to be spoiled for choice, torn for choice, and oh my gosh, okay, let's get into this. But once we realize as a collective what we can do with global consciousness and in understanding the divine matrix, it's an epiphany in the science of spirituality and manifestation. And shout out, if you haven't checked into a gentleman by the name of Greg Braden, he's on YouTube. He's also aligned and co-collaborates with Gaia, another YouTube channel, but you got to pay for it, whatever, just to forewarn you. His channel is free, but can't recommend it enough. He brings a science to understanding at a conscious level what our unconscious already knows, what our unconscious is, and our soul, our spirit has always been telling us with our intuition, and it brings it into an articulation where what I always liken it to is, I was a born artist. Like from the moment I picked up my first box of crayons, I created, and that, my hands are my true manifestors and my art. And in so many of us, in all of us truly, art is such a way. Music is the vibrational scale at a very much level of language when it comes to our soul's language, our emotional language. And tapping into this in an articulation that's very scientifically deep dived level, where it brings that cognitive consciousness, but also empowerment. So what I mean by that is I knew I always wanted to be an artist, and I was good at it, right? I knew how to inherently look at perspective, look at color when it comes to color therapy, as well as so many levels of how color like analogous color schemes, complementary color schemes, etc. All of that came very naturally to me. And when I look back at the things that I created when I was very young, before I had any formal education with it, and then I look back and I compare it to when I went to college for art and design, both of them together, there's so many things that I did right with my intuition, with my subconscious, with my unconscious, but I didn't know necessarily consciously why I was doing them. I just knew that it melded together. It was right. It felt good, right? That's with manifesting with your emotions, literally feeling it real. He talks in a way, in articulation, that brings the science, the articulation, the same thing that, like I say, higher education and doing what you love teaches you, so that you can marry your action between your subconscious and your conscious, and knowing the empowerment of why you do what you do, why you tick the way you tick, what makes you tick. And it's seriously, he is so enlightening. I can't shout out enough to him. Because it's been monumental for me with creating breakthroughs when it comes to really experiencing the epiphanies in the science of spirituality and manifestation, and understanding how powerful we are with our conscious, with our collective global conscious, but truly understanding the net, the web of the divine matrix. And I'm not talking about like the global World Wide Web with the internet. I'm talking about going back to ancient sciences, ancient knowledge as the net casters when it comes to understanding the matrix that we live in. And if that resonates, by all means, like I say, put a heart in the comments below, because let's get into all of this. A lot came out and I put them in backwards here, but either way, let's talk about it. This is knowing just how truly powerful our human consciousness is when it comes to manifesting and creating our reality. How important our emotions are and our emotional regulation is with keeping our vibrations high, and knowing that what we think about, we bring about. How we can release and heal those traumas that made us forget through lifetimes. This is also about recognizing how the universe not only works with us, it works for us. This is Jupiter's kiss here with the Ten of Cups. This is the attainment of happiness and fulfillment in all that we create. The family, the tribe that we're meant to be with Jupiter's luck, as well as love from Venus, all surrounding us, supporting us. This is walking towards your success, building your stability with Saturn's help. Also recognizing that we are self-healing when it comes to changing our internal DNA and awakening our 12-strand DNA. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is talking about, with the Seven of Cups, being spoiled for choice. Truly understanding our desires at a deeper level. Understanding the options when we're the creators of where we're meant to go. Seeing through the temptations that are falsehoods that lower our vibration, right, and keep us entrapped. But instead walk towards what truly frees us through the power of our imagination when it comes to manifesting and creating our dream life. This is also, too, about moving from those periods of entrapment, those feelings of entrapment, towards calmer waters, because we create both, but we can choose between the both, between the world that we create, our life that we create. This is creating a new environment, possibly even moving to where you're always meant to go. Remember, like I say, there's epiphanies with this half moon about really uncovering the path between point A and point B, where you are now and where you want to go, where your soul is calling you to go, where you want to go next year in the big year of 10. This is overcoming hardships, creating that stability, but moving towards a place of calm. Because when you are calm, your heart signature has such a healing vibration. And like I say, check out Greg Braden when he talks about it, like the science between the brain and the heart. This speaks a lot to when it comes to the Six of Staffs here, with moving into the waters that we create, looking ahead towards new opportunities, knowing that we are magnets towards abundance, to our opportunities, to our sovereignty and our freedom. This is enjoying your successes and knowing that that's truly our biggest lesson of exaltation in this life, reaching our highest ascension and our highest timeline, our prosperity, our good outcomes, are within each and every one of us, within each and every one of our choices, our actions, our motives, our imagination, our spirituality, our manifestation, our ideas. This is where the collective divine matrix is truly meant to support us. And it's the epiphanies that this half moon, especially being trine with Mercury in Leo in our 12th house, is exalting us to. Like I say, whatever this new moon, whatever seeds you planted with the Cancer new moon on June 25th, and I can't stress it enough, check out that video if you haven't seen it, especially because it was the luckiest new moon of the year. We got the green light from the universe, the moon, the sun, Jupiter. We're all in Cancer, supercharged with the summer solstice, Jupiter Cazimi, all standing in our 11th house. Now is the time with this half moon in Aries to take steps towards those goals. Make the decisive action necessary. Find the balance within our light and our dark, because we are both, right? And transition with that balance, with decisive action, with evaluation and discernment, with ambassadoring, embodying the gentleness, the nurturing care of divine feminine energy, and put it all into moving towards where we truly are meant to go, our 10 of Cups. This is where, if you've been torn between choices, being maybe even being caught in the middle, blind to the truth, all of that is being uncovered, and that includes those hidden enemies. I'm just saying, with with Mercury and Leo in our 12th house, with Saturn now retrograde in our 8th house, moving to our 7th house of partnerships. This is where all of this blindfold that's been keeping you torn between which way to go, especially with that half moon, is unveiling, and you're standing in your rationality, in your emotions, in balance as the King of Cups energy. Keeping your faith strong. Like I say, this is understanding and speaking the language of your emotions very scientifically. And it's bringing those epiphanies when it comes to your experiences of the science of spirituality and your manifestations. This is also about knowing your emotions and knowing that you are fully in control through your faith, through your calm emotionality when it comes to manifesting. And what I mean when I say like feeling it real, this is the wisdom from it, and also putting the care into it. It's reaching that maturity, right, when it comes into the Ace of Pentacles with your new beginning, with your prosperity, manifesting the financial gain, manifesting the structure and the wealth when it comes to your dream life, right, with Neptune and Saturn talking there, with walking towards your opportunities that are magnetized to you, towards the money, the career opportunities that are meant to be magnetized towards you as well, that you're magnetizing towards you. So feeling it real, let's talk about it. So when it comes to manifesting, feeling your intentions real, it's literally about immersing yourself into the divine matrix, into your point B, right, where you're meant to go. And so say, just on a very practical level, you're manifesting basically your dream home, right? So when immerse yourself, is what I'm trying to say, into the experience of what it's like to wake up with that dream beach house, right? So to wake up and to open your eyes and to look out the window and see the sun rising over the ocean, or over that big lake, over that small lake, over the pond, whatever it is, right? Say too, opening the window, getting that fresh breeze, what it smells like, hearing the seagulls, the birds calling, right? Seeing the butterflies in your garden, walking out onto your back porch with that fresh cup of coffee, what that coffee tastes like, what it feels like as you take in that breath, as you take in and smell that aroma and awaken those senses, that consciousness within you, taking those first steps out to the beach, feeling the sand under and in between your toes, walking to the water to say your morning solstice sun or solar affirmations, your blessings to wake up and welcome the day. And like I say, all of it culminating together in your manifestations. That's what this half moon awakens us to. And like I say too, if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. Oh my God, the wolf just flew out in such a beautiful way right there. I have goosebumps. So from our ancestors, from the divine, from our souls, like our soul, everything is speaking to us. This is where this half moon truly is embodying the Pathfinder. You are being led on your journey, and you are not alone. We're here with you too, your soul tribe family with the Honey Sea Star. This is the time to release the past, start your new journey, take decisive action with discernment, with wisdom. You are a teacher and you help others find their way. Right? It's about that collective global consciousness and understanding the divine matrix. There will be challenges, but that's the school of life, right? Your soul is strong. Your soul knows the way. Perseverance is your secret power. And you have the love, the universal language of emotion, putting emotion towards your intents that endures and stands the test of time, with Saturn lifting us up during this retrograde as well. I have so many goosebumps right now. If that resonates, by all means, and you do too, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Let's share this moment together. Now, music medicine, because like I say, especially with the trine between the moon and Mercury, medicine, music, your journaling, your creativity, your emotions, your intents are all going to lead towards breakthroughs. So write your ideas down, practice your meditation, because your ideas are going to be coming in, your downloads are coming in like crazy. So with music meditation, practice with the chords with music improv of C and D, color therapy as well. We've got the root chakra coming through with grounding, with that Mars energy in Virgo with reds. We also have that orange. That's our sacral energy, right? That's stepping into that creative flow, birthing new energy into your life, allowing yourself to learn and use the past as a tool to move yourself forward into your present day life, into your highest timeline, with your manifestations, with your spirituality, and with the science about knowing with your conscious and your unconscious how to create that masterpiece. And so I truly hope that this reading helps. I am sending you guys so much love and light. Take care. Have a happy half moon in Aries, and I will see you in the next reading.